The information provided by the speakers and/or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
Your peace of mind is our priority. Prozone Security, your trusted partner in safety. With 24-hour monitoring and patrols, we've got your back day and night. Affordable, reliable, and always on guard. Prozone Security offers top-notch protection for your home, business, and everything in between. No matter the size, no matter the time, Prozone is committed to safeguarding what matters most to you. Contact us today at 767-7376 or visit us on Facebook and Instagram at KDF and Associates. Need security you can count on? Call us today. Prozone Security, affordable, reliable, 24/7 protection. Prozone Security, always on guard.
You give your hand to me and let me say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and everyone can tell. You think you know me well, well you don't know me.
Hey guys, I am Nigel O'Connor, a singer for all seasons. I am that voice that moves you for every occasion. I am that voice that celebrates life moments one note at a time. I am Nigel O'Connor. You can contact me at 783-0054 or 754-3154. And oh yes, that's me singing in the background.
Nowadays I'm not speaking to song.
Brown Eyes Promotion presents We Outside Tobago Carnival 3, October 24th to 27th, an all-inclusive package, inclusive of breakfast, lunch, and accommodations. Smith Drive, Lowlands, Tobago, opposite Gulf City Mall. Limited spots. Book yours now. Call 713-4029. Accommodation options: 1 bedroom with a kitchenette, 2 beds, up to 4 people, or 2 bedrooms self-contained, 6 people max, queen size, plus single beds. Check-in time 2:30 p.m. Check out 11 a.m. Limited spots available. Prices with breakfast and lunch: $2,000 per person. Breakfast only $1,700 per person. Half payment due by July 31st. Pay off by September 30th. Non-refundable. Payment plans available. For more info and to book your spots, call 713-4029. We outside Tobago Carnival 3 from October 24th to 27th. All courtesy Brown Eyes Promotion. We do not own the copyrights for the song playing in the background.
The information provided by the speakers and/or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
God is the joy and the strength of my life. He moves all pain, misery, and strife. He promised to keep me and never to leave me. He's never ever come short of his word. I've got to fast and pray, stay in the narrow way, and keep my life clean every day, because I wanna go with him when he comes back. I've come too far and I'll never turn. Ooh, God, yeah. say you're mine. Everybody say you're mine. He's my wheel in the middle of the wheel. He's my joy and sorrow. He's my hope on my road. Say he's my savior. He is my redeemer. He is my all in all. He is my all in all. Say he's my all in all. Everything I need him to be, he's mine. Everything I need him to be, he's mine. Everything I need him to be, he's mine. God, when I need you, you are always right there. Say God, when I need you, you are always right there. Say God, when I need you, you are always right there. You're a friend to the friendless. You are a mother to the motherless. You are a father to the fatherless. You are all in all. You are all in all. God is my all. Good, you are my all. Oh God, one more time, yeah. God is
Well, good evening to those of you locked on to Constructive Talk, wherever in the world you're listening to me. I want to say thank you very, very much for listening and being a part of this evening's program. This evening's program is going to be very interesting. I have a guest that's going to be joining me in a short. I have a guest coming on who's going to be joining me to talk about something that was in the news and something that I am sure most of you will want to get more information about. So, make sure and share, like, subscribe, and share to the YouTube channel, and also if you're on Facebook, to our Facebook channel. We are here this evening, Tuesday, the day before the holiday. Today is Tuesday, and tomorrow, Wednesday, is Republic Day in Trinidad and Tobago. We home. Is this your home? Thank God for life. Thank God for giving us the opportunity to be on this blessed land called Trinidad and Tobago. All right. So again, I want to thank all of you, every single one of you for joining the live. Remember to share. And tell somebody, hey, Pastor Google is on. All right. Tell somebody that for me, that Pastor Google is on the live stream this evening, and we are getting ready to go into our discussions today. All right, we're getting ready to go into our discussions today. Ah, boy, what's going on here now? What's happening here? All right, let's see.
Na 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 na. Yeah. La Trinity, we come to thee. You are our namesake. You will never forsake. You said if we as your people turn from our ways, then you will heal. Forgive our sins. Hear our prayer as we all join in. Say we will stand. We will win. We will rise as the Lord comes in. God, this is we all. Welcome to the island, and this is we all. We to you in Jesus' name.
Then you are healed. Forgive our sins. Hear our prayer as we all join in.
Say we will stand, we will win, we will rise as the Lord comes in. God, this is we home, we home, we home, we home. Welcome to the island, and this is we own, we own, we own, we own, until we get to heaven.
All right, that's music from Mr. Jazzy, and the name of the song is Jazzy and Nathaniel, and the name of the song is "This Is We Home, We Home, We Home, We Home." Welcome to the islands. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. If you're listening from outside of Trinidad and Tobago, don't get no worries, you know. We love you too. All right. So I told you earlier on that I have a guest that is going to be joining me to discuss a matter that was in the news this evening, and I know many of you may have heard about it or saw it in the news. So I am going to get him on the line. And who am I talking about? The Mayor of San Fernando, Mr. Robert Paris. All right, I'm going to get in on the phone line, and he is going to come in and talk to us about what took place today at San Fernando at the City Hall. Good evening, Mr. Paris, the Mayor, the first citizen of San Fernando, Mr. Robert Paris. He's also my counselor. Right?
How are you?
I am good, sir. How are you?
Trinidad and Tobago. How are you?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
Yes.
When I saw the video that was making its rounds around social media of the protest outside of City Hall today, San Fernando City Hall, I said I had to contact you. I have to give you an opportunity to share your view on what took place. But before I do that, could I play the news item? CNC3 would have done a story on the issue. Could I play it before we get into it?
Sure.
All
sure,
right.
no problem.
So
I heard about it. I didn't see it yet.
You didn't see it as yet? Are you looking at the live?
I will look at the live after.
All right. So let me play for you guys CNC3 News, their story on what took place today outside San Fernando City Hall.
Daily paid workers stormed the San Fernando City Corporation this morning demanding overdue salaries.
Led by President of the Contractors and General Workers Union, Ermin Debeek Mead, they protested at the doors before spilling into the lobby. 2 PNM councillors even joined the chorus, clapping in support of the workers. With tensions rising, a UNC alderman stepped in, putting Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin on the phone to speak directly with Debeek Mead. That call gave workers a rare chance to confront the minister in real time. But the union president said the situation had already gone too far following talks with corporation CEO Heather Crawford.
On Monday yesterday, I communicated with her. She said, PG, I have a driver and a vehicle on standby, but what the permanent secretary told me, she cannot give me no assurance that any check would be released. The workers got fed up and they said, PG, we are ready to take this to another level.
Minister Amin assured them she was heading to Kent House to sign off on the release of funds, but she also criticized Mayor Robert Paris for failing to bring the matter to her directly. She claimed her office had only just received the necessary paperwork.
I immediately inquired my peers and told me something came this morning. So I am asking to go down to the ministry to sign off on that so that you all can get your pay. But I have never even received a request from the mayor to say, Minister, what's going on with our funds are late or anything like that. I have not received any communication from the mayor, and usually the CEO would communicate with the PS.
Mayor Paris later expressed shock at the minister's remarks, insisting the CEO had already alerted the ministry and staff were on standby to collect a check.
He said the corporation has faced a recurring cash flow problem affecting both daily and monthly paid workers. With deadlines looming, union leaders have given authorities until 10 a.m. on Thursday for workers to see money in their bank accounts before escalating their action.
All right, so Mr. Mayor, you heard that, right?
Let me start from the very beginning, right? So over the last this will be the third fortnight, I think it is, and it has been in all of the newspapers that San Fernando City Corporation workers have been getting their monthly salary late, right? The daily paid workers. So 2 weeks ago, one of the daily paid workers came to San Fernando Corporation in the lobby. The person is from Pleasantville, and they would have talked to me, and I asked them, what is the issue? They said they wanted to bring to the CEO's attention that they would have gotten their base salary, however, their deductions were not paid. And he was in the lobby to meet the CEO at that time. So I approached the CEO and I said, what is this? I said, we have a gentleman from Pleasantville is saying that he was paid, but his deductions were not paid. Madam CEO, his deductions have his car note and some other things alluding to his monthly expenses. So, I mean, the gentleman is saying that that might be more important than the little money that you're giving for his salary. So from then, the CEO would have told me that, Mayor, we were not able, with the money that was given last month, to be able to pay fully the staff. So I want Trinidad and Tobago to understand that the incidentals for Councillor's office was not paid as well. The Councillor's secretaries were paid late as well. So certainly the minister would have known that there is a cash flow problem. She didn't need the mayor of San Fernando to call her to tell her that, Minister, we have a cash flow problem. We have an issue with our salaries. Further to that, for the last 2 to 3 weeks, the CEO, Ms. Crawford, has been dealing with Mr. Akeem Solomon, who's the Chief Financial Officer at the Ministry of Local Government, and she's been dealing with other financial persons, including the Permanent Secretary, letting them know that, one, the environment that the councillors had voted on for the payment of salaries for this month had not yet been approved. So in that environment would also include the wages in terms of salaries and pensions of the daily paid workers of the San Fernando City Corporation. And what occurred was on Thursday was a daily paid pay period. And on Thursday, the CEO called me in an emergency meeting and said, Mayor, they have not given us the money. They have stated that they don't know when the money will be available to us. In fact, Mayor, going forward, they're asking for us to cut back on our daily paid staff, stating that that they feel that the wage bills for the corporation is high. I indicated to the CEO at this point, the council members who assist people within their communities will not be taking a cut. Look somewhere else, cut from somewhere else. The councillors are the first responders. We are the people on the ground, and people depend on this little 10 days work or 5-day work, as some councillors may split up their 10 days into 5 days. And right now we have no CPEP, no URP, no reforestry. And that is not going to happen for the elected members. And when I say the elected members, I mean both PNM and UNC. I stood on that, right? I said, cut from somewhere else. Further to that now, Friday, I asked again, Madam CEO, what is going on with the salary for the workers? She said, Mayor, I really don't know what is going on, right? And on Monday now, when I went to the CEO, I told the CEO, Madam CEO, I think that I'm going to have to let my staff work from home for the next for 2 days of the week, which should have been Thursday and Friday, because the young ladies cannot afford to come to work, to travel to come to work. One of them pays actually $600 a month traveling from Chaguanas to San Fernando. And I said, it is unfair for them to be coming to work and not knowing when they would be getting paid. The CEO said, Mr. Mayor, I feel it for every one of the workers. They are not giving us any response. We don't know what to do. So we happen to be having a meeting, a finance meeting to which I chair, and certain questions were being asked because I knew that the union was going to protest, because yesterday it was rumored that they were going, they had a go slow. Go slow means that they will work, but they will not do the bare minimum. So they were doing a bare minimum at Carib Street. So I stated to the CEO yesterday, expect that they will protest, knowing that it is statutory meeting. So as I chaired the finance meeting and we were asking certain questions, nothing was forthcoming from the ministry. The CEO picked up the phone. She called the permanent secretary, right? And nothing was forthcoming. We have a UNC alderman who is the leader of opposition in the council, Alderman Ramuta Singh, who then, I don't know if she was on the phone with the minister, but she indicated that that the corporation kept missing certain dates that was requested by the minister. The chief treasurer accountant responded and saying that is not true. We have been following up for the last 3 weeks on this, and that is not true, right? So at this point, Alderman Ramuta Singh stood up, went to the window and was looking out, and the union, who was actually there to attend the statutory meeting, and they walked into the room whilst the finance meeting was going on, and I had to explain to Miss Mead, who was from Pleasantville, we weren't quite ready for statutory meeting yet, so they went downstairs in the lobby. So Alderman Ramuta Singh looked out the window, and I don't know what occurred. She just ups and started to accuse the mayor and say that I was saying something ill towards the minister, and ran out the room with the phone. So I looked at her colleagues, I looked at my colleagues, and I said, what is this? I said, okay, let me take off the hat of mayor for a second. Took off the microphone, and I say, this is Robert Paris talking. And when Robert Paris gets angry, Robert Paris usually, he could perhaps use some four-letter words. Did I say anything to offend the minister or to offend the alderman? And all members of council, PNM and UNC, said, no, something is wrong with her. She ran downstairs in the lobby with the phone, and then I got a message, come downstairs, the minister is on the phone. So when I went downstairs, I heard my good friend, Miss Amin, and let me state this. I just put out a Facebook post tonight. I have no problem with the minister. When it is that we need resources in the various electoral districts, backhoe, truck, this, and the other, I always call the minister, I always text the minister, and I respectfully get a response. So I have nothing against the minister. I don't know what Alderman Ramuta Singh would have told the minister. When I reached downstairs, I heard her saying something about the mayor could have called me and this, and the other. I didn't react because the payment of salaries, Google, is an administrative thing. I was satisfied that the CEO and the CTA, which is the Chief Treasurer Accountant, were meeting and speaking with the Permanent Secretary and the Chief Financial Officer of the Ministry of Local Government. If the staff at local government were not talking to the minister and telling the minister for the last 3 fortnights, San Fernando had a cash flow problem and were not able to pay their workers on time and didn't show the minister the articles that were in the newspaper, I certainly don't think that that was on me to tell the minister anything about that.
But if the minister, but that's just how Mr. Paris. But you know what's strange about this, in this whole story, is that the minister admitted that the CEO would have let her know, not today, not yesterday, but the CEO would have let her know that the staff wasn't paid. She admitted to that. She said that in the phone call. She said this. I was the CEO let me know that X1Z, but she was expecting you to call her. Why? I'm confused about that.
Well, I want. And she also said something about. I don't know if it is. He thinks because I'm a UNC and he's a PNM, he can't reach out to me. If I've reached out to the minister to clean drains, if I've reached out to the minister to assist today, right? I had reached out to CPEP at one point to cut the field at the San Fernando East Secondary School, and when we were in a meeting, the minister brought it up, teasing me and said, you know, this mayor does write me for all kind of thing. I hear that, so you want a tractor for San Fernando East. Why would you think, right, that if it is you were UNC, I was PNM, I mean, if anyone knows me for the last 15 years, Google, when it comes to the running of the city, I do not do anything political. I run the city based on, I would say, being fair, right? And the time for politics is when elections is called. When elections is not around, we run the affairs of the city in an equitable manner for the citizens of San Fernando. And therefore, it was unfortunate that the minister said that. As a matter of fact, I text message her exactly what it is I am saying here tonight on your program. I text message her afterwards, telling her what occurred. But what Trinidad and Tobago does not know is that as we went into statutory meeting, I would have suspended certain rules within the statutory meeting, and I allowed for a conversation between the President General of the Union and the CEO and his staff. Because for those who are in my position, I get to sit down a lot in meetings with the management and the union as the person who's the mediator, right? And as the mediator, I speak for every citizen of the city of San Fernando. And we listen to the union, and during the meeting at one point, Alderman Ramuta saying, I guess she had got confirmation that the $3.9 million was approved, and she kept on trying to interrupt the conversation. We were having a mutual conversation between the CEO and staff and the union. And it was very mutual, very respectful. And she said, may I have something to say? And when I acknowledged her, she said, the money is paid. And she got up and she walked out of the chamber. Let me tell you something, Google and Trinidad and Tobago. I have been at the corporation for 15 years, and I've never seen any behavior like that in my entire 15 years. As a matter of fact, one of my former mayors always said to me, he said, you do not have the liberty of getting up and removing yourself from a meeting. If it is you have to leave the chamber, if it is not to relieve yourself, let the police or somebody remove you, but do not remove yourself from doing the people's business. So I don't know if that was a drop mic moment that they paid the workers. I am happy that the workers were paid, which means I will be paid this month, because I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills this month either. And I'm certain, well, the alderman, I know she's someone of great means, and she has a lot of means in terms, she might not need the stipend that we get, right? But I am saying to you, most of the members of council work very hard, and their stipend is attached to a lot of bills, right? So I'm glad that the minister and the alderman got the issue sorted out, and we went into an arbitration with the union and the members of the management team. One of the UNC councillors asked to sit down in the meeting with the union because he's never had the opportunity to see that, because I've offered every member of council the opportunity to sit down with the union and management to see how things are done. And when we left there, almost every problem was talked about with the intent of a solution, which includes the sick leave bonus, right? That they would have spoke about in the lobby, where they were talking about once you have accumulated days that you did not report to work sick, according to the collective agreement of San Fernando, you get a bonus, right? And what the union was upset about was the timing that nothing was told to them about the sick leave bonus because we were at the end of the financial period. So certainly it is not business as usual in the country. There are senior public servants who I have contact with that would have written me and told me, well, at least it's not us alone. There are members, senior members of the protective services that I've had conversations with since independence to now. They have a serious cash flow problem as well. So let us not point fingers, right? I stated clearly when it is I call the minister or I text the minister for resources in terms of assisting with San Fernando, there's no problem there. But in terms of the payment for staff, daily and monthly, I ain't taking that blame. That has nothing to do with the mayor of San Fernando.
Okay, well, you see, that's why on Constructive Talk, we call the source, we call the persons who are involved, and we try to get the right information. Because I would tell you, when the way how it was put across by Miss Amin, it appears as though you didn't call to say anything to try to make the government look bad on this situation where payment for daily paid workers at the corporation is concerned. And from what I'm understanding, it's not just daily paid workers. Based on what you're saying to us this evening,
is the contracted workers as well,
right,
at the corporation.
Right.
It is the monthly paid workers. And therefore, what I'm saying to you is this, right? The staff at the Ministry of Local Government have more access to the minister than the mayor of San Fernando. Yes, she's a phone call away. Yes, she's a text message away. But I'm certain that the minister have a lot of other matters dealing with local government, but her staff is responsible for that. I was satisfied that the chief accountant of the San Fernando City Corporation, which is the CEO, and the CTA, which is the chief treasurer accountant, have been dealing with this matter for over 1 month. Listen, I came home and told my family I'm not sure I get paid this month. I did that since the beginning of this month. So no one should be surprised. Anyone who knows me personally or is in my personal circle, I told them I don't feel we getting paid this month, right? So it isn't my job to call the minister respectfully. Respectfully, I have nothing against the minister, right? But let us stop playing politics. Let us stop, right? The alderman, what people say in local parlance calls a bacchanal, right? And they try to put it on my back broad. But you see, I believe in God, just like you, Pastor, and I tell the truth. I defy anybody in that council to call you tonight and say what I am saying is inconsistent with the truth. It is the gospel truth.
So how do we move forward now? Because the minister said that they should get paid by tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's a holiday.
What happened is that $3.9 million was released, and that will cover some of the deductions from last pay period. It will cover the monthly paid money for last week. It will also, this is a pay period as well, so to have some monthly paid people and daily paid people who would get paid this week as well. So to cover it until the end of this month, and then the budget is read next month. So we wait eagerly with bated breath that that San Fernando, we expect that we will not get what we anticipate already, because we know that it seems that there is a serious cash flow problem. If you understand economics, there is no revenue coming into the country, and therefore, if there is a cut in revenue, therefore, the expenditure within the different ministries would not be forthcoming. So it's a simple economics lesson, right? And the government has to find a way to raise some revenue, right? The corporation, we do have the ability to raise revenue through our assets. We have rentals, we have the markets, we have market fees and different things like that. And obviously, we'll be looking at our fee structures going forward because it is not business as usual, right? We have to be creative in how we manage our assets. So therefore, we can have money to fix and do certain things within the corporation. As a matter of fact, Google, last week, right, the San Fernando City Corporation, we successfully discarded of some of our assets through an auction, right? That we by law we can do through the Procurement Act, and we made a good sum of money, right? But again, Google, because of the shortfall of money, the money that we got during the auction, from the auction, it was more, part of it had to cover an overdraft note that we had with one of our banks, because the corporation had overspent in one of our votes. So they automatically, we intend on using the money that we got from the auction to fix some of the vehicles in the Carib Street compound. We've cleaned up the Carib Street compound to some regard, and I told the CEO that we should have another auction of some other vehicles that would have been there, and we also want to auction some furniture and different things like that. It is a smart way of getting rid of your assets and being able to make an income as you go along.
You giving this government ideas? You giving this government ideas? Next feeling, they start to auction off TSTT, they start to auction off TL Tech. Next feeling, Mr. Paris, what did they try to do?
The one thing I could tell you is in the PNM, we do things differently because the expectations that are upon us as representatives of the PNM, I always tell the members of council, especially PNM members of council, you are held to a higher standard. And I am saying to you, I thank the former Prime Minister and the leadership of the PNM for giving me the opportunity, because for 15 years, I did what I had to do for my community of Pleasantville. I qualified myself by getting my master's degree in entrepreneurial management. And I joke with my inner circle. I said, every day that master's degree is tested, right? So everything that I would have learned from that experience is being applied now as the mayor of the city of San Fernando.
You know, there's some, I'm sitting here and the phone lines are ringing off the hook. I don't know. People want to chat with you. People want to talk to you, ask you how you managing, because this situation that you have highlighted to us here, I think there are a lot of persons who would have suspected it, but hearing it now from you and seeing it on the news has just confirmed that there is a serious cash flow in this country. I have a caller holding. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. This is a very informative discussion. For the mayor, I would like to know, in terms of the cash flow problem, is it that you're not getting much revenue from customers who owe the council? They're lacking behind is one of the points. Two, if that is not it, is it that your local government minister not giving you as much subvention that you could be able to cover your costs so that you won't end up into a problem like this? Because it seems that you have more expenses as opposed to the revenue you collected. So you should have some sort of subvention put aside so that you could cover your costs, etc. Is it that you and the local government minister not working together to resolve any issue that may pop up?
All right. So caller, is this my Guyanese caller?
Together to resolve.
Hello?
Any issue that may pop up.
All right. So caller, this is my Guyanese caller?
Yes.
All right. Well, just listen off here, and he will answer you accordingly.
So I like that contribution, right? I want to reiterate to Trinidad and Tobago.
Mia, that caller was from Guyana, eh? Does it tell you how far and wide people are listening?
I know your listenership is far and wide and international as well. What I want to say is that is what the Revenue Authority was supposed to be enacted to assist. That is why it is that we were collecting property taxes to try to assist with local government. So you get a subvention from the government, right? And it is to manage your wages. It's also wages and pensions is the biggest part of your subvention. You also get different votes for public health, for projects. You know, we apply through the ministry again to get approvals to have certain projects going forward, but money more or less to run the city. We also have an aspect of we do rentals. So our cash cow is the Skinner Park, right? But we also get monies from the markets, our designated vending areas. We get money from the crossing area, which is one of our designated areas. So that money in total, when you calculate it, it's a lot, but it's not enough to fill a void.
Right.
This is why the former government was trying to regulate the system by assisting local government by having taxes that the surpluses would assist us in running the cities effectively. We had a general election. This country is a democratic country, and we abide by the rule of democracy within this country. And my party lost governance, and the new government has stated that they will not continue the collection of property taxes, and they would have scrapped the idea of the Revenue Authority. I don't have a crystal ball, but somehow I think that they are going to have to review that at some point, because you need some mechanism of raising revenue, especially to assist in local government. Local government is an act of parliament. In other words, local government can be stricken off the laws of this land just like that. My government, my party was trying to give more autonomy towards the local government practitioners and giving us the ability to collect revenue and to be able to do things directly that would impact the citizens of the city of San Fernando. And I mean, what is going on right now, without trying to bash anyone, I think eventually they may have to review, because I've been reading about persons thinking about devaluing the dollar. There's even talks in some quarters, right, about maybe going to the IMF. We don't want to go through no IMF situation here in Trinidad again, right? We want to be able to pay our bills and every month pay the public servants who work very hard in all quarters to keep this country, and obviously by extension the city of San Fernando, going.
But you know, also there are discussions, Mr. Mayor, that there are some economists who are telling the government that they need to, you see those state entities that you have to give subvention to, that you have to get rid of them. Get rid of T&Tech, sell off Caribbean Airlines, sell off TT Post, just sell off most of the state assets so that you wouldn't have to put a subvention, you wouldn't have to pump money into it to basically put ease on the people. You know, we'll have to pay the full cost to go to Tobago on the boat, full cost to go to Tobago on the plane, and full cost on a bus, everything. Auction off, as you would have said a while ago. Auction off everything, right? And get Trinidad and Tobago get persons and I get to pay for medical care. So you have persons paying insurance and let the insurance that they pay every month go towards their health care. That is what the advice economist is giving to the government of Trinidad and Tobago. There was one question I was asked to the minister last week. Are you going to raise gas prices? Are we going to see a raise at the pump? And he could not answer. He made one statement to the reporter. You know what that was? After this budget, I will be the most disliked person or liked by some people in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate.
So I don't know what to say, but I had to have you on this evening for you to give us an idea of what is really going on, what is happening in the city of San Fernando. I see you have embarked on a project. While I have you on the line, I saw where you have embarked on a project on beautifying the promenade.
Yes.
There was a picture. I looked at your Facebook page and I saw you would have put up some pictures of you painting the wall of fame. They call it the wall of fame, where persons who have achieved in San Fernando. I saw you painted that wall in blue, which is the colors of the city. I don't know what colors were used before, but the colors of the city is blue and yellow. Right? And I saw where you would have incorporated the colors of the city, and you have been cleaning the promenade and bringing it back to some sort of beauty. Tell us about that project.
So the Flambeau Movement is a newly formed NGO. Miss Valerie Noriega and Shiana Allen are renowned mass players and cultural icons in the city of San Fernando. And they would have come to my office with a proposal, and they stated that City Month is within the month of November, and they just wanted to give back. And I didn't hesitate, because last City Month, I called on CBOs, NGOs, civil society to just give. And we were able in the city to assist with the paint brushes. We also assisted by getting water trucks from Point Fortin and Wassa. The Flambeau Movement as well got volunteers from Penal. They got the Penal DB Regional Corporation as well to give them a truck. And what was really, really amazing about the ability to get people together was that the homeless population actually started to assist with the painting and the cleaning up of the promenade. And this social experiment was really heart-rendering, because one of the persons that I discovered sleeping on the promenade is someone that used to wash my father's car. And in speaking to him, I found out how he fell into difficult times. And I said to myself, my God, anyone could fall into difficult times. So, I felt obligated to tell him, listen, go and get your ID card, get yourself together, and I will try my very, very best to assist you as little as I can, but it is to assist you. We in the city of San Fernando have 2 homeless shelters, right? But they are night shelters. One is called Shamrock, and then we have the Home for the Socially Displaced on the wharf. And we are limited in what we can do, but the homeless population, Google, in San Fernando is a migrant homeless population. And that is because they have some very generous persons in the city, business people perhaps, and religious groups perhaps, that feed the homeless on the promenade. As a matter of fact, I was told, and this is a fact, by one of my close people, my inner circle, there's a gentleman from Mbakade who limes on the promenade, and he gave someone close to me 2 sets of bags and told him drop that home for him in Mbakade. So apparently that is how he feeds his family. I asked the person, is he employed otherwise? And they said no. So we have not just homeless persons, but we have persons who may be experiencing economic challenges as well. And the charitable persons are feeding them on the promenade. But herein lies the problem to me. The promenade is an asset of the city. And it is also something that every San Fernandian has great pride in. When I was a boy growing up, going to San Fernando Boys RC, I used to run races on the promenade with my friend Tan Samuel and Marvin Lee and Mark Ramday. One day we used to run races with each other. Now the promenade is nothing like we remembered it. It is overtaken by homeless persons. We passed a bylaw when Mayor Hussein was there 10 years ago stating for persons not to feed the homeless on the promenade. I would have put up signs. Mayor Regrello would have removed some of the furniture on the promenade to make it uncomfortable for them. But as long as persons feed the homeless, we're going to have a problem where we were cleaning up and there was feces, there was urine, all of that the volunteers had to clean up on the promenade, because at the end of the day, you're dealing with not only socially challenged people, you're dealing with mentally challenged people as well.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we want our iconic Harris Promenade to be a tent city or a haven for the homeless, or are we going to be civic-minded, help the mayor of San Fernando restore San Fernando and the promenade to its former glory, right? In the spirit of civics, which is something that used to be taught to us when we were younger and has been taken out of the school curriculum. I'm hoping that it could come back. But you know what? I saw Google, which was amazing. I saw Presentation College there. I saw San Fernando Boys RC there. I saw the Father Matthew from the Catholic Church and the Promenade was there. Daphne Bartlett from the Business Association sent her members up with paint. People was just coming and assisting. We had the CERT team from Penal that was there, right? We had our designated workers from the corporation who was there. And it was just amazing to see people come together, right? And we even have business people who are asking to adopt a wall on the promenade to maintain a space on the promenade. And I don't know if that might be the new system going forward, but certainly it will help. It will help. So we as San Fernandians, we need to be a little bit more prideful. I mean, you could remember Pleasantville and how things were before I was the councillor there, and then we started to do the beautification, the benches, the murals, this and the other. I keep reminding people, I am an artist. I am a trained professional artist. Where people see ugly, I see beauty. I was paid more in my professional career as an artist, an award-winning art director, right? That is my profession. I was paid more than I was ever paid as a politician, as an artist. Now, as the mayor of San Fernando, I'm now getting a decent salary, right? And what I'm saying is, I see, where people see ugly, I see beauty and I see potential. San Fernando is an open canvas. And I think that every San Fernandian should be excited about trying to uplift our city to its former glory.
Okay, we have a call on the line. Hello, good evening.
Every San Fernandian.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Pastor Google, and good evening to the mayor. Pastor Google, I just want to step back to the issue of the payment of salaries and whatever.
Right.
I was flipping Facebook and I saw where, I think it's the CEO, I'm not sure, the hold me to that, was saying that this is an administrative problem that has been going on for over a year. So my thing is, if it is an administrative problem that has been going on for over a year, I think she's saying that there's information that needs to be submitted that's not submitted on time and that kind of thing. Is there any truth to that? And if there is, are we going to make an effort to deal with those administrative blunders so that we don't find ourselves in a situation where people don't get salaries? Because I really, really cringe when I hear that, I mean, the mayor saying he ain't how we pay his bills this month. That's unacceptable. So I would like to know if it is, in fact, an administrative blunder that's been happening for more than a year, like she says, Could we do something to adjust that, please? Thank you. Very good program, Pastor Ruben.
Right. So let me explain something to Trinidad and Tobago. So understanding finances and understanding how government agencies work, for those who don't have that type of background, it could be a very intimidating thing. I have members of council on both sides who make statements that they don't understand, right? So we have been having a financial difficulty in trying to meet salaries for the past 3 fortnights. I want to make that clear because the caller said something about for the last year. Now, there are separate votes and there's separate things, right? So let me start by talking about the Mayor's Fund. The Mayor's Fund is we are the biggest charity within the city of San Fernando. How the Mayor's Fund is funded is through donations by business people, and a percentage of the rental of the corporation comes to the Mayor's Fund. You have to get permission from the Minister of Finance. Every quarter we put up how we're going to spend the money. So it's not my money. I can't go into the bank and take it and spend it how I want. You have to get permission by giving them an estimate of how we're going to spend money within the quarter. So San Fernando, every councillor gets $5,000 a quarter to do something within their community, right? Then we have donations for charitable events. We have donations for sporting events. When the ministry, and we have other donations that we give as well. When the Ministry of Finance, the Minister of Finance signs that document, it comes back to the Ministry of Local Government, and then it's dispersed to the San Fernando City Corporation. So we have been having a problem with the Mayor's Fund. I want to be clear, the Mayor's Fund, because the administration made a mistake where it is that the donations that me, Robert Parsi, Mayor of San Fernando, would have gotten from certain corporate citizens, which is funds that is accessible to me immediately, right? But I can't just take out the money. It has to be voted on by the members of council. The administration, I can't say they ill-advised the council, but they would have blundered, because at one point we waited, I think it was 8 months, right, to get access to the Mayor's Fund, because they mixed my donations into the rental percentage. The only thing that you're supposed to ask for permission for is the rental percentage. That is what the Minister of Finance approves. My donations, which amounted to about $600,000, was caught up, and it was just there. And you know how difficult it is, where it is that we would have procured people to do different shows and different things along the way in trying to raise money. And these people are calling us for months upon months upon months, and we cannot pay them. Up to 2 months ago, we owed people from City Month last year, November, right? So that is not a part of the cash flow problem, right? Because that is an item for earning revenue to be able to be dispersed in a charitable way to the public. So when it is that members of council talk, I told the CEO today, right? Because the PNM has workshops and we do certain things. Look, we met with former Minister Dan Paul last week, right? To do certain things to prepare for the budget. And I wanted my members of council to understand and to make good contributions when it is they're asked in their respective constituency to know and at least certain financial terms and to be able to answer questions properly. It is my humble view. The members on the other side, respectively, they can ask whatever they want. I respect them. They are my colleagues. The UNC needs to train their councillors in terms of financial understanding and financial management. They don't understand the different votes, which is the different areas of expenditure. They don't understand what is revenue. They don't understand what is charitable expenses. They don't understand. So they group everything into one and say, we have a cash flow problem, this and the other. Yes, we do have a cash flow problem. Certainly we do. But that occurred when it is that the current government decided that they did not want the revenue authority, which directly the income from the property taxes would have acted as a buffer for the Ministry of Local Government. That is what Trinidad and Tobago needs to understand. There is no money coming into the economy, and therefore we would have a debt to GDP. We're not creating anything and exporting it, right? So we continue to borrow, and that is the problem, and it's putting the country in further debt. And therefore, we cannot make the expenditure within the public service. It reminds me, Google, I was a little boy. I'm 47 years old now, but I was a little boy. And I can remember 1988. I can remember 1988 and the stringent things that the government at the time had to do to manage the economy that was failing at that time. And the talk back then too was selling the assets of the government to be able to cover some of its debt. That's when the IMF stepped in. That is when persons lost their cost of living allowances, public servants. And when the IMF steps in, the first thing that they will cut is the public service. There will be a cut in the public service because they manage your expenditure. And the PNM was warning Trinidad and Tobago of this. I'm not being political. I am being factual. I'm putting my MBA to use and trying to explain it in the most easiest way for your listenership to understand.
Well, Mr. Mayor, when is the payment supposed to be made to the employees?
So, thankfully, I want to thank the minister publicly. She did keep her word. The check came as soon as we went upstairs. The CEO said, Mayor, they just called me and they tell me to send the person up for the check, right? $3.9 million. And we sent the courier up to get it. And this evening, we would have put it into our Republic Bank account. I spoke to the manager of Republic Bank where we have our account. And I asked her, I was trying to get them, because I took a picture of the check this and the other, I was trying to get them to be able to allow us to disperse the money right away. I left City Hall with them in the accounts department, still negotiating, but certainly if it is that the money is not dispersed tonight, by Thursday, because tomorrow is a holiday, by Thursday, the money should be dispersed
into the accounts of the employees. Okay.
The corporation. Yeah, and the individuals, into your individual accounts, yes.
All right. Well, I really hope that things do work out for them and, we move forward. But my concern now is really the moving forward, because now we have to look at after the budget. If there is no way of getting a proper revenue stream, then we will have this is going to be a recurring decimal.
Correct. And I think that is why they're feverishly trying to get investors to reopen the Point-of-Peer refinery, right? That is one aspect of revenue. And there are other aspects of revenue that that the government could look into to assist. But certainly the property taxes has not been taken off of the law. It's just been suspended again. And I suspect at some point, if good sense prevail, the government would realize that they need to raise taxes, right, in order for certain government agencies, namely the Ministry of Local Government, to run efficiently, right? But certainly they have to find a revenue stream that the country has some type of income coming in, and we're not borrowing and adding the country into further debt.
We have a caller. Let's take this call. Good evening. Last caller.
Yes, the same person. One question, Mayor. You are very brilliant in terms of your point, but my best advice is that it would have a recurring decimal. Is it possible that you and other mayors for the other borough could come together, try to use servant leadership strategy, play like if you're all dumb, and come up with a strategy in order how you all could talk to a government minister so that she could able to save not only San Fernando but all the other boroughs because it will have a recurring decimal on the entire boroughs to the island so that you all could coax her in what how the system works, a better plan so that the boroughs could be saved. Because today a problem and next day could be another major problem. So that would be a best strategy. Because they do tit for if you go too strong, you know certain Caribbean leaders are very aggressive and they do not listen. So you have to come using your servant leadership strategy that you learn to manage in order to play like if you are Christ underneath and try to coax the local government minister. Because probably she don't have much experience.
Okay, thank you very much. You'll be surprised. She was once a counselor. So she very well knows.
I surprised some of my members of council, and I warned them very sheepishly. I have known Khadijah for many years, and believe it or not, politics is not always adversarial, right? And she may have stated that Robert could have called her, and she may not have meant it the way she said it, but she has to understand her staff has a responsibility to her. I have a responsibility to run the city, and the CEO and the CTA, and they were doing what they had to do, and I was satisfied with that. So that is not Robert could call you and tell you, right? Your staff should have done their due diligence. And I'm saying to you that both the PNM and the UNC have met with the minister on numerous occasions. Just maybe 3 weeks ago, we met with the minister on a number of issues in local government. And, you know, the minister, being a former councillor, actually was advocating on behalf of both the UNC and the PNM. I am saying this openly. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, when the election bell is rung, obviously, you know, we will play the politics. But what I'm saying to you, in fairness, right? You know, for instance, we have the TALGA, Trinidad Tobago Local Government Association, which is led by the PNM, but the vice chairman is UNC. And when the mayors and chairmen and all of us get together, we had a weekend at Hilton. We all share our experience, and you wouldn't believe some of the same experiences that they're experiencing in some of the other corporations is the same experience that we are having in the PNM corporations and in the UNC corporations. So the aspect of sitting down and planning, right, our strategy going forward, certainly, I mean, anything that affects the citizenry is where we should be looking and where we should be guiding. But certainly, I have no problems with anyone, right? But I just want to reiterate to the minister, who I've known for over 15 years, that that is not the job of the mayor of San Fernando to call you to tell you that people ain't get paid. It was in the newspapers the last month that San Fernando, and as a matter of fact, Mr. Imber talked about the cash flow problem and that San Fernando wasn't getting paid. So it's not my job. That's not my job.
I just want to take this last caller. I know I promised you that was the last caller, but I have one more caller calling. Hello, good evening.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen.
Hi, good evening.
Appreciate you taking my call, possible. Good evening to you, Mr. Mayor. Now, today when I heard that report this afternoon that the mayor didn't call me, and I'm saying, but wait, am I supposed to call? Am I begging for something as the mayor? Why I as the mayor And not me have a salary problem. The borough has a salary problem, which I am on. Correct. I have people underneath me, just as you have a permanent secretary to advise you that, hey, you need to talk to the Minister of Finance to get it checked for the city of San Fernando. That's not how it go, Pastor Google.
No,
there's a structure of command.
Well, the mayor could tell you.
So anytime I have to bypass my finance department and bypass the what she is the minister of local government. Anytime I had to pass, so I bypass the permanent secretary and may I ask your number direct then? I better have to be. So then there's no need for we don't need all these people in these places, Pastor Google. We don't need a permanent secretary. The mayor don't need a financial department. If the mayor of San Fernando has a problem, all he has to do is pick up the phone and call the minister, and the minister will send the check. Pastor Google, look how fast, and the mayor didn't call. So if he did call, what happened? Politics, Pastor Google, they play. So, Mr. Mayor, you said to us that because of the 50,000, let us say 40. I say 50,000 because I include the man with the tire shop. I include the doubles man who does come out to sell for the pie man who does come out to sell for the CPAP worker, the taxi driver who does move some of them, the man with the van who does get a work from me. So it's about 50,000. I call that Doge. So in San Fernando, you are taking on people 10 days, 5 days. It was split up at 10 days between 5 days and in order to help your burgesses to ease the strain that Doge, our Trinidad Doge, put on the population of San Fernando, on the citizens of San Fernando. So that's what you said to us, sir.
Yep, that's what he did. Yes, that's what he did.
I must give you, I think you're the first mayor or the first borough I heard, or first, where's called them, Pastor Google?
City.
Not just the city, the corporation, to do such a thing, Mayor. So I commend you on looking out for your burgesses. I hope they see your efforts. Enjoy your night. Thank you very much, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much, caller. Well,
appreciate it.
Well, Mayor, you hear the sentiments of the people, and people are happy that you would have taken the time to come on Constructive Talk. Right? Just letting you know that we have 1,666 persons looking and listening. Don't wow at all.
I know the power of your platform. Trust me, and you continue to do what you have to do. The Lord will continue to bless you because you're doing an excellent job.
Yeah, man. Thank you very, very much. So keep us abreast on how things go in the city. We're going to keep you on our speed dial for you to tell us when things are happening, what's going on. City Month is coming up. I hope you advertise with us on Constructive Talk.
Yes.
I'm putting a plug in.
I send us the rates for Constructive Talk, but also I know that you do a bit of hosting as well.
Yeah.
So I do have the leverage in terms of that. So you and I could talk in terms of getting yourself out there. Hopefully you're available. I know you are always in demand, right? So, hopefully we could engage you in doing some hosting for us.
Of course. So again, let me thank you for enlightening and letting my listeners and followers know what is happening in the city of San Fernando. And
appreciate it.
We're going to continue to keep in contact. Thank you very much. So you just heard Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, man. You just heard Trinidad and Tobago from the mayor of San Fernando, Mr. Robert Paris. All right, you just heard from him, and he would have given you all an update on what's going on, what has been happening in the city of San Fernando, where, payment of salaries is concerned and other stuff. So I am glad that he was able to come on and clear up all the misinformation that is out there. And we're going to keep in contact with him. Yeah, as I said a while ago, City Month is coming up. It's in November. We're going into October. So City Month is coming up. Putting in a plug for Constructive Talk, Let us get into the know. Let us tell people and share with people what's going on in the lovely city of San Fernando. Yep. So again, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for taking my call and keeping the people in the know. So what else is going on in Trinidad and Tobago? What else? What else is happening in Trinidad and Tobago that I think you all need to know about? Well, some of you, if you don't know, well, I will let you know now. All right? If you don't know. I don't know how many of you don't know, but I believe that you should know. But if you don't know, I'm going to let you know that we have an acting Prime Minister. Oh, you know that? Who is this calling me here? Let's see what this caller have to say. Hello, good evening.
Well, good afternoon, Pastor Gogo.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good conversation. I see the pastor get put out from the UCC house, and she said she went to Mr. Munilal, and Mr. Munilal get to the house. What she will say now?
Well, that's an old story, you know. That's an old story. If you didn't know, yeah, that's an old story. Even I'm seeing where people pulling up a story about her being evicted from a property where the church had a car wash. Yeah, I don't know how many of you would have seen that one. Yeah, but yes, so those of you who don't know, we have an acting Prime Minister. Miss Jolene John is our new acting Prime Minister. Minted Prime Minister, acting Prime Minister, Miss Jolene John. Some people are saying, just letting you all know, that there are some people who are saying that is a master stroke. A master stroke by the Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Why? Because why is it a master stroke? It's a master stroke because Miss John isn't in any bacchanal, no confusion. Her name is not calling in anything. She is doing her job. Right? She is doing her job. So, yeah. So the new acting Prime Minister, when Miss Bisesa goes to the summit, the UN, will be Miss Jolene John. So if you don't know, now you know. All right, the new acting Prime Minister, new minted acting Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago will be Miss Jolene John. Yeah, what say ye? Do you think that was a good choice by the Prime Minister? Huh? Give me a call now and let me know. 342-0081. 342-0081. Do you think that was a perfect choice by the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago to leave the new acting Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Miss Jolene John? She chose Miss Jolene John. What is your thought? Call me. Call me up. 464-7003. 464-7003. Do you think that it was a good choice? Some people thought that she would have left this gentleman who's in charge of what do you call it? I forget the name of it now. I forget the ministry now, anyway. But he's in charge. He's the owner of Sasha's cosmetic. There were some people who were touting about that she would leave him. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
What is your thoughts?
The choice of Miss Jolene John is part of when she said she was too soft. So I think that is a message that she's sending to people like Dr. Munilal and others who have ambition and who she knows are her rivals for office. Right?
Okay.
And I think the message she wants to send it really should be a slap in the face to PNM supporters who didn't vote. Because if they were saying that MP Young was not a black man and couldn't lead the PNM or be their prime minister, that is the contrast I'm playing. I wonder how UNC supporters in the heartland are feeling. On the other hand, too, is you can look at it as I would say somebody from Tobago could say, well, listen, the UNC picking a Tobagonian is curious to me because of the fact that they don't compete in Tobago elections as an entity. So here it is, you're taking a woman, a Tobagonian, black woman, and giving her that authority. But what I'm saying is not like if she's where you could see the acting prime minister or deputy prime minister or whatever, but the fact remains she's a deputy political leader. And I think as one of the deputies, she is signaling to people in the party, hey, there is my choice. For me, and going forward, is whether we would see a revolving door of some of the other deputy political leaders. But if certainly, whenever she leaves the country, it continues to be Miss John, that would be interesting to me, and more interesting how supporters in the heartland would be seeing that. In her constituency, places like Tabaquite, Princess Town, Couva, the two Couva, the Shogunas, East and West. You understand what I'm saying? Where the core UNC heartland in the sugar belt is, how they would interpret that.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Hello, good evening.
Yes, I'm Pastor Drew.
Hi, good evening.
Good night, good night, and all the best. A very good job that you're doing on the program, and that was a very good move that the Prime Minister made. Jolene John is a very hard worker, you know, and she has been working hard in the party. She doesn't be involved in no kind of confusion, you know. She cares about herself with respect and dignity and that kind of thing now.
All right.
And she always, you know, everybody knows she approachable, caring kind of person, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, I think that was a good choice.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Let's take some more of your calls. Hello. Good evening, caller. Hello. Good evening, caller. Hello. Good evening.
Good night, Pastor Ruru.
Hi. Good evening. What are your thoughts about the choice?
Good evening. I don't see it as so much as a master stroke, you know.
Okay.
I don't think she had much of a choice.
All right.
You look at all the others, and tell me who could fit the bill. Come on. Look at it. It come like you put your hand in a bag of coals and only dust you're coming up with.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So okay. I don't see it as so much as a master stroke. She didn't have much of a choice.
Oh, okay then. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good night, Pastor.
Hi, good evening. What's your thoughts about the new acting Prime Minister?
My thoughts are, good choice. Because I see my slave master name on top of the ladder. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good choice. Slave master name on top of the ladder. And I don't know where Trinidadians going off and got Jolene John so clean or whatever. Jolene John name it call it the Piaco fiasco, you know. We have to get back a set of money. Jolene John was part of that fiasco. Lest we forget.
Yeah.
Lest we forget. So, congratulations to my slave master name. That's what I'm saying. Good night, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much. All right, so we continue to take your calls. 464-7003. 464-7003. What are your thoughts about Miss Jolene John as the acting Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago? Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google.
Hi.
I would have chose a better picture for Jolene.
Well, that's the picture that they put up, huh? I didn't choose that picture. That's the picture.
Yeah.
And I believe it's the official picture.
Okay, well, in this picture, her Adam's apple showing.
Okay. All right. Hello, good evening.
Good evening again, Pastor.
Talk to me.
Boy, according to the lady, you don't have much choice. She had to pick my slave master name in order to keep the thing straight, because if she only leave one of them, she could be in problems when she come back. But Julian John, that's not only that. They have a $800 and something million HDC housing matter to answer. Munila had to answer. The question was asked in the parliament, and who was in charge of the HDC under their administration. So she ain't that clean. But you see, they throw that out to make we raise a conversation. The AG pull off a master stroke.
Wait, now we go play that after. We're dealing with Julian John now. Wait, we're dealing with Miss Julian John now.
I hear, brother.
All right, don't try to dictate my program here. I play my thing accordingly. So Miss Bisessa would have chosen Miss Julian John to act for her as she leaves the country. My question to you is, there are persons who are saying it's a master stroke by her putting Miss Julian John to act as Prime Minister. Some people thought that she would have put the gentleman who owned Sasha's cosmetic. Some people thought that she could have put the Attorney General, Mr. John Jeremy. Some people thought that she would have put what's his name? The minister in the Ministry of Finance and all of that. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor.
Good evening, sir.
Here what happening. Watch everybody in that parliament. Jolene John may be a single thing from the Piaco International Airport and housing or what the case is. But you can't take chance with that group of people there. Because while she making that speech in the UN or where she going to, she might have to come back to see what's going on. So she used that and she said, look, if you say for your supportation, she got to go on the road until I come back or let her move. This happened.
Oh gosh. So yeah, like, I really wanted to ask you for apparently people agree with the pick, you know. Apparently people agree with the pick. You know what I mean? People agree with the pick. You know, it's interesting, you know. Trinidad, that's really interesting, you know. Being alive, right? This country is an interesting bunch of people, you know. So, Miss Julie John is the acting Prime Minister. Miss Bisessa is making her way out of the country. First time she's going out of the country since she has been elected as Prime Minister on April 28th this year. One of the callers made an interesting point. He was saying that it's a slap in the face to PNM supporters who didn't vote because of Stuart Young's race. I don't know. I don't know. If I could have got Mr. Dominic Romain on the phone line, I do know that people. I know that people didn't vote for PNM. People didn't vote for Stuart Young because of his race. I think when I heard Dominic Romain talk, Dominic said that the majority of persons from that community that he went up did not vote because of Dr. Rowley them taking the pay increase. You're hearing people saying that the party got arrogant. They wasn't listening. I don't think that the persons who didn't vote for the people from the PNM who didn't vote because of Stuart Young race. If I'm wrong, you all could call in and correct me. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good afternoon, good night, Pastor Google.
Good evening.
Pastor Google, I find it a kind of, I don't know if it's strange or just but I find Kamala did well there. Let me be real. She did well because you know why? All the time that Mr. Rowley went on when he went on the acting, he never tried one of the African type of people where we call so-called African.
But why are you looking at it from race though?
No, I ain't looking at it from race.
Yes, you are. You are saying that Dr. Rowley, but he's a black man. So and there were other persons. He put Minister Young at one time, and he didn't have the prime minister. He used the more senior person in the party. If you look at it from that angle, to be the acting prime minister, Minister Imbert is much more senior than all of them who were there.
So were you saying Jolene John is the most senior?
No, you can't use Dr. Rowley's listen to me. You cannot use Dr. Rowley's measuring stick as Miss Bissessa's measuring stick. Miss Bissessa would have used whatever reasoning to put Miss Jolene John. Dr. Rowley said that the reason why he would have used Mr. Imbert, one is because he is more senior than all of the cabinet ministers that he would have had, and Dr. Rowley, that's his reasoning.
So you trying to say Dr. Rowley was a racist?
You see,
like what you trying to say?
You trying to say that, and as a pastor, you coming on to talk your rubbish again.
No.
Yeah.
No rubbish.
You're talking your nonsense. I want to know if your congregation will be listening to you talking this nonsense.
You doesn't want to believe in the truth, you know.
What truth you talking? If I am a manager of a company, wait. If I am a manager of a company, right? I am a manager of a company, and I am going out of the country, and I, as the manager, choose to put the most senior person after me to run the company. Why are you looking at it from race?
I'm showing you why she had the edge on the PNM and why the PNM fall. Because
all right. Hear what I'm saying to you. I think I've had enough of you trying to come on to push a narrative that just don't exist. I had enough of it. And you say you are a man of God. You say that you have the Holy Spirit. And if that is your stinking thinking, nah, I don't want no part of that. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
He's thinking, and say, wow, you're right now, right?
Is he something wrong with you?
Yeah, good. Block him now, game off.
Something have to be wrong with that man.
And one more thing, Daniel, could you move that picture from my screen, please?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm very sorry. Well, the fellas own my screen now. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Pastor Google.
Hey, Bishop, how are you?
Well, thanks. Now,
so wait, that's not Bishop.
Incarnation.
That's not Bishop. I want to ask you a question. Because you are a man of God. Right?
I believe so.
And I respect
you. I am.
And I respect you as a man of God. Highly. I used to listen to you when I was a young man when you used to be on 7:30, you know. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
You hear what I said here?
Yeah, go ahead.
I used to listen to you when you used to be on 7:30. See how long I know you?
All right.
Oh, Lord. What is your thoughts?
Well, going previously, and just in the last incarnation of our Prime Minister, you remember one Miss Vanilla Allen?
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that the Mr. Warner?
Jack Warner, yes.
Do you remember Mr. The guy from OWTU?
Yes, Mr. Errol McLeod.
Remember, Cloud? Who else acted as prime minister during that period of time? You can remember?
Gypsy?
Yeah. Gypsy, right. Who else?
Who else, boy?
you observe
Hurricane George?
Who?
Hurricane George.
Is there any similarities in the individuals, ethnicity,
yes,
who led it during that period of incarnation?
Yes.
All right. Are we seeing the same thing now? So there's no difference in the mode of operandi. It's the same thing. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. So therefore, in order to keep it squeaky clean, you have to get somebody clean. Who is it going to put? I hear you were saying something else yesterday, the day before, that the person who originally used to carry the handbag might have been put there. That's not going to work. And the thing is, they can't put somebody who's in court to lead. What are they going to put?
Yep.
And is the most senior person right now. Most senior? She's been there wrong a while now. And the thing is, she's a working individual. She get things done. That, despite what, people be jumping out and but we need to look at people's personality, and she get things done. It's the same individuals who went and do the investigation and spoke about the airport. The individual has some integrity. So who you gonna put? Who else are you gonna put with integrity and experience in management? And the other thing is, in management, I don't think there's any other individual there with management capability of styling. So it is a wise choice.
Okay.
I only can say it's a wise choice.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man. Thank you very, very much. Yep. So Trinidad and Tobago, so I want to just say here your views. Okay. Oh my God. Be serious, boy. Hello, good evening.
The night Pastor Google.
What's the problem?
We think about the pick with the Honorable Julian John acting as the Prime Minister, right? Ain't she that senior woman in the UNC?
Okay.
But I hear Colonel call her the gesture they are balling. Colonel is the most senior man in the UNC. So I'm telling the Prime Minister and the opposition leader, she was in a season member, the PNM, and others in the PNM who look like Rowley. So why didn't they make them act? Yeah. So why you choose to pass on the baton to
Why it have to be about race?
But that already pushed there.
No, that's what you pushing, right? That's what you pushing. I am asking you why it have to be about race.
Well, the PNM belong.
Why? No, listen to the question. No, listen to the question. No, yeah, but listen to the question. Yeah, but here we're asking you why it have to be about race.
So all they're watching the Pastor Google.
All right. You can't answer the question. You can't answer the question. Only go to me, why? Only leave me alone now. Only I find it real. Anyway, let me talk that, okay? Let me leave that alone. All right. So we're moving on. Let's move on. Right? We can move on from this Julian John topic. Let's move on from this Julian John topic. What is the next topic I have here lined up to talk about?
Former FIFA Vice President Jack Warner is no longer facing extradition to the United States. In a major ruling today, High Court Judge Karen Reed found that Warner's constitutional rights were breached.
Moments after the decision, Warner called the decade-long legal battle a political witch hunt and says he's now ready to return to public life.
Jensen Levend has this story.
As he toys with the idea of returning to public life, Austin Jack Warner shied away from the possibility of a cabinet role, but says he's ready to serve the country once again.
I want to say to you that I prepare to serve the country once again. I want to be able to revive football in the country. I want to be able to lend to the sport that made me whom I am some help, because I think that football can do wonders, especially at this point in time, qualifying for the World Cup.
Warner's matter received a permanent stay by High Court Judge Karen Reed, who found his rights were breached in allowing his extradition hearing to continue without the required documentation that assured he would only be prosecuted in the U.S. for crimes listed on the extradition request. 81-year-old Warner is wanted by the U.S. on 29 charges related to fraud, racketeering, and engaging in illegal wire transfers. This ruling no longer compels the TNT government to cooperate with the U.S. on Warner's extradition. Asked if he found his 10-year-old deal was merely a political witch hunt, he emphatically said yes.
It has to be. I can't see it any other way except being a political witch hunt. And this happened to me at a time when I was serving this country at one of the highest levels in Parliament. And you recall I was at one time Minister of Works and Transport, Minister of National Security. I was serving the country when this happened to me. So I consider it to be a witch hunt, political witch hunt.
Warner thanked his attorneys and family for sticking by him. Justice Reed is expected to rule on cost and other factors against the state on October 3rd. While Warner will no longer face the possibility of extradition from TNT, it doesn't mean the U.S. has dropped the charges. Therefore, once Warner finds himself on American soil, he may still be at risk of arrest and face legal action. Jensen Lavend, CNC3 News.
Well. So Mr. Warner is walking free. Mr. Warner is walking free as a bird, as some people will say in Trinidad and Tobago. He is as free as a bird, Mr. Jack Warner. So, what's all your thoughts? I'm going to take all your calls in a little bit because I want to hear your thoughts on Jack Warner. All right? I want to hear your views. I want to hear your thoughts. Oh, Lord. Hey. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Pastor.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You get me good day?
I hear you loud and clear.
Right. That case like it's a finish because he can't travel to go to the US. He can't travel out of Trinidad.
Well,
he could travel from Toco to Sandy Grande for Sandy Grande to Point Portland.
Well, that's what he meant.
And that is it.
Well, that's what
I don't think that he will go back in football, although the extradition say it's done. He can't go back in football because they're banning for football also. So, this cannot continue. Somebody has to do the right thing and say the right thing.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Doc.
Yes, sir.
It's very interesting. Again, who just want him? It's not Trinidad and Tobago want him. It's the US want him. So why the stupidness about that witch hunt and politically influenced is why the charges come from TNT? Why do you go and claim him? You might play that clip for us, please. Why do you go and claim him and claim him and claim him? You know, the idiots, you know, some people talk about stupid and some people that jump and hold on to that. It's not TNT bringing any charges against you. Right now, your two sons cannot fly. You can't even go into American airspace. You can't even fly out Canada because the army right they go pick you up on Venezuela. What stupidness is he talking? And right now, they're idiotic.
All right.
And he's always putting about the people that you could Trinidad, they be going to do nothing. It's the US want you, and you get a saving grace. If they really want you, they'll come and pick you up. If they really want you. But they really want you.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye. Hello, good evening, caller. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Pastor.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
I think I heard the mayor say just now that sometimes he could take off his mayor's hat and use some four-letter words. Sometimes I feel I want to take off my caller's hat and use some four-letter words. Jack Warner is 80-something years old.
Yeah, 81. He's 81 years old.
And talking in nonsense about he want to get back into football. Who wants him? Who wants the 81-year-old Jack Warner to be involved in football in Trinidad and Tobago at this time? Where everything is AI and water. Where he going? Where is he going? I mean, okay, we knew when the UNC won election that he was going to walk free. We knew that. But oh Lord, take your 81-year-old self, play with your grandchildren, advise Kamala accordingly, and leave with football alone, Jack. You coming back into Trinidad and Tobago football is going to blight the team. Oh my Lord, you're 80-something years old. You want to get back into football. Give me a break, Jack Warner. Ease me up, please. Have a pleasant night, Pastor. I don't think I'll call him back again tonight.
Well, trust me, you will call back. The next topic, you will call back. Hello, good evening.
Good evening again, Pastor.
Yes, sir.
You know that frightens me, Pastor.
What frightens you?
The judgment from the judge. And if our opinion, as the lady outlined here, we had the belief and the Attorney General confirmed to us that there are some matters that the state is spending money on, and I would look at them and see which I think I should get rid of. Politics in the judiciary, Pastor Google. If we had to go on our promise that we believe that Jack Warner would have been set free, and this is what we're seeing, we are seeing politics in the judiciary. And if I want to play it off as race, then I could use the race of the judge based on a political persuasion. And then they go say I'm racist. But then if my analogy is right, which proves to be right from today, from the judgment that I heard, because she said to us, and it's not 10 years, so they're making it seem as though this thing happened when the PNM got into office. But when she said go and clear name and come back, wasn't that an internal election they were having? Or that was a political?
That was when they had the by-election. She had fired him, and
so who was in office then?
She was in office then.
So then, why she was telling him to clear name? So when he make this statement, it's 10 years. Can't be 10 years. Because if she could make that statement, that means that been going on since then. That has nothing to do with Trinidad and Tobago government looking for Jack Warner. That's why he's still walking around here free. Not with an ankle bracelet like what he trying and supposed to do. It's the American government want he. I'm seeing politics playing off in the judiciary. I am sorry. My country has now disintegrated into no ethics. Robinson made a statement. Moral and spiritual values. Today, that is proven. No morals. No values. Enjoy your night.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Caller, good evening. All right, so caller, you need to call me back. You need to call me back, caller. All right. Just now. What is this here? Hello, good evening. Hold on. Right, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, Pastor Google. This thing with Mr. Jack Warner. I'm going to say this to Trinidad and Tobago. They're using Mr. Jack Warner as a smoke screen. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You see all those cases with Mulilan and all these guys? The same thing is going to happen, okay? They throw a loose ball for people to run down, and the next smoke is going to come. Watch and see what's going to happen. Goodbye.
Okay. Caller is saying that we need to keep our eyes and our ears on EMBD. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Good evening, ma'am.
Pastor Google, you wouldn't happen to have the video in which Mrs. Bissessa had accused Mr. Warner of misappropriating funds from many places, including, she even went on to say he didn't even discriminate when it came to pocketing money because he took even money meant for Haiti. You wouldn't happen to have that video?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that would be so appropriate to play back.
You want me to play it, ma'am?
It would be so appropriate to play that because I cannot believe it's the same person offering himself for service under the same leadership.
Okay, I will look for it now and see.
Yes, quite interesting. Yes.
Okay then.
I don't know what would have happened. I don't know what would have happened to cleanse him in that manner, because he was accused of, as far as I'm concerned, being an international scam, an international scammer. So I think it would be very appropriate to play that to remind people,
okay,
and to have us ponder on what would have caused, what would have led to him being cleansed in that way.
Okay, I will do so, ma'am. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh, sorry, caller, please call me back. Caller, oh my. Where is this caller? Just now. Well, yeah, it had a caller who's calling just now there. I want that lady to call back. Where is her? Where is that lady? Where is that lady? Just now, huh? Let's try and get this lady on the line. Try and get this lady. Hello, caller?
Yes.
Let me apologize for my tardiness a while ago.
Okay. So right now I'm not at home.
Okay.
I'm not at home. Okay. I'm not at home. I'm in Trinidad right now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm out of Trinidad right now.
Okay.
But I want to give you an experience I had with Mr. Warner. During the local government election, he came to walking in our streets, and I called him. He came into my yard. I said, Mr. Warner, how come after you were treated so horribly by Kamala Persad-Bissessa and her government and her party, how come you could go back with them? You know what he told me? He said, if that is the only way I can get rid of Dr. Rogley, I have to do that. Right? So, Mr. Warner is being repaid by the Kamala Persad-Bissessa government for his support. So they are paying him by ensuring that he goes free from all of the charges. But I want to say to Mr. Warner that you are never free, that you have to answer to God for your actions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your call. I know that you are a first-time caller, and I saw you calling in, and I said, nah, how to get this caller in. All right, so all the callers who were trying to call in just now, you could call in now. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hi, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor. That Bogon surprised me because he was there watching the election on the I saw him come, but I spoke to him. After Jack put it on him, if it barely walk, he say that choice he make and we are it. I said, but I know Jack free and chair. He can't leave him chair, I'm going. He's free and chair. Before this properly, these people who cannot understand anything, all of this is calling the voice on the phone. Like Mr. Win, AKFC. You know nothing about anything on your calling. You have to because it comes down. As always. Anyhow, all
right, thank you very much. 4647003. I'm trying to find the video here, you know. 464-7003. I can't play it like that. I need to get the video to play. All right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Based on the article I've read with Jack Warner, it stated that they don't have much evidence. And by the way, they say he was in racketeering since in the 1990s. However, the lawyer argued that the U.S. body don't have strong evidence in order for the extradition. This is what the article say, CNC News. So I don't know, probably it's because not sufficient evidence in order to get him extradited. This is why the article end up drop the case. This is what I read based on the CNC News and the article on Facebook. So I don't know.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Evening, Pastor. The Prime Minister, when she was asked about the Jack Warner situation, reminded the country that she read out the indictment charges in the Parliament.
Yeah.
Why he was wanted by the U.S. Who was the AG when those proceedings began, Pastor?
That was what's his name? I forget his name now because Ram Logan was fired. So that guy, what's his name?
It was Gavin Nicholas, right?
Gavin Nicholas.
Was Gavin Nicholas?
Yeah, Gavin Nicholas.
Right. And who was the chairman of the Central Authority who was responsible for extraditing people at that time?
I can't remember. Remind me.
Well, David West.
Right.
Before you, and Miss Lucky was still the chairman of the PCA at that time, and David West was the head of the authority. Now, the learned judge said that the matters against Jack Warner were discharged because there was no supporting document to show that legally he had to be extradited. Isn't that curious, Pastor Google?
Isn't that the same document that what's his name? Faris Alwari was saying that they use for other persons to extradite them?
Yes, sir.
But they extradite some people just the other day?
Yes, sir.
So how all of a sudden now they can't find the document? Isn't that strange that Faris Alwari would have warned us and tell us that they would tell us they can't find the document?
Yes, Pastor Google. But do you hear what the judge also said? The judge also said that does not preclude the matters from going on in other jurisdictions. So if I was the charge d'affaires and I was Marco Rubio, the first question I would pull aside the lady at the UN General Assembly and say, "Here, what happening? You have down there somebody we want to know, and you're coming to us for assistance, and you're saying that you're our closest ally. But we want that man. Would you allow our U.S. Marshals to come there and get him, even if he's not traveling? Could you see such a scenario playing out, Pastor Google?
Of
in
course.
As much as the learned judge said that charges in other jurisdictions are not precluded. Matters for us to consider, and it, Pastor?
Of course.
So you could see him as you're rewarding him here, but if you go out there to your master and your master says you have to jump, or this, if you according to how you jump, this will determine how we will assist you regarding investments and possible favorable conditions if you need to get money from us under the IADB, World Bank, and the IMF. You don't think these two things could be tied together, Pastor?
Of course they can.
Oh, I see. Well, let's just see. That is just my conspiratorial mind working there. I may be wrong. I may be wrong as I've been over the years. I may be wrong.
But let me ask you this. I want to ask you this before you go. You ask me questions. Could I ask you some now?
Of course, we always dialogue.
Okay, so my first question to you is, one, you remember when the ambassador from America when this whole Jack Warner matter came up, what did he say?
The last one.
Yeah, what did he say?
Yeah. That is Miss Bond you're talking about?
Yeah.
The one who left?
Yeah.
Who demitted office? Miss Candace Bond?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, as far as she's aware, those matters are still live. And whenever the Trinidad and the big authorities deal with the matter, the US is there ready and waiting to carry out its mandate. But now we have no US ambassador. The head diplomat right now is in charge of their affairs because the Trump administration in September has yet to appoint and confirm a replacement for Ms. Bond.
Do you really think that America will just roll over with this discussion?
No, because remember they had the testimony of deceased Mr. Chuck Blazer, who gave them the part Jack Warner played, and also the testimony of his sons. People forgetting that, you know?
His sons were under house arrest, you know.
Yes, sir.
So why are we being played for fools?
Because we could do that in Trinidad and Tobago. This is a mini section 34.
Yes.
But for 2K25.
Yeah, but when I saw it and when I heard it, that was the thought that came to my head. This is a mini section 34. And it's a slap in the face. You know, I want to piggyback.
Section 34 via the judiciary this time, not
right.
the parliament.
Not the parliament,
via
but
the judiciary.
And this is where now I will piggyback on your statement and say this is a slap in the face for the PNM people who stay home and didn't come out and vote, especially those from Tonapuna.
Yes, this is our second pillar. And it's all, you understand what I'm saying? This is our second pillar.
It's an embarrassment to our country. Embarrassment. We are in. But let me tell you something now. I don't know, you know, but based on I would love to know somebody was saying that a judge, boy, based on the judgment a judge had put out, somebody at time would call this program and say we need to find out how can we find a judge contempt of the court.
Well, you remember the process under the Constitution is removal via a tribunal. That is the only way a sitting judge, could be found wanting and be disciplined. The Judicial and Legal Service Commission can't do it. The methodology is by tribunal, and that has to be for gross misconduct. No judge has so far met that standard. The only one that attempted to do that was Justice Crane back in the day, and that fell through.
But this one who went to jail, what's his name?
No, well, he was a magistrate, Patrick Jagasan, and he was charged with corruption offenses, clear as day.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah, he used to come to my father's church.
Yeah, but it's interesting, Pastor.
This is sad. This is you know, they say elections have consequences. This is let me tell you something now. This is a clear cut show in your face that hey, this is the reward. This is the reward for
loyalty.
When will PNM learn that? And I'm not saying be loyal or do things like that for wrongfully, you know. In the sense that you see, we know because Mr. Cesar was the one who read out Jack Warner thing like a raffle sheet.
On the record of Hansard, it recorded in Hansard. You could go on Hansard and pull it up.
I had the video where she stood up in Parliament.
Go and play her name when she read out all the charges.
Right?
Racketeering.
Yes.
Fraud.
Come on. And she said that is what the American government want Jack Warner for.
Yeah, not we. The Americans, they want him. Go and clear your name.
But we know.
And what the lady caller said, he said, because he will do anything to get rid of Dr. Rowley. When she said, the green man gone in the drug stupor. The green man gone. Wow.
It's sad, you know.
And
but you know what's sad about this though? You know what's sad about this whole thing? I can tell you.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you what's sad about this whole thing? 6 months in your government. And look at how you're moving swift. 6 months, you know, in your government. You now touched down in office. And look at what you have already been able to accomplish.
This is laying the groundwork, Pastor.
Okay, then.
This is laying the groundwork.
Mm-hmm. And we want to...
This is laying the groundwork to ensure that we get our 10 years through. And more. And more. Thank you.
Thank you,
102,000 for not coming out and vote. That's what that was about. Thank you.
It's really sad, eh? It is
man.
sad, boy. Sad. This is the consequences. This is the consequences to people's actions.
Far season. Fool around and find out. I will use radio-friendly language. Fool around and find out. Far season.
Wow. What can I say?
Yeah, Pastor.
Yeah, man. Let's see how this go.
Of course.
Let's see how this go. Yeah, man. Thank you. See how this go. Laugh and giggle. They say laugh and cry, let's live in the same house, you know. That's what they say. Laugh and cry, let's live in the same house. Let's take a listen to this.
And I want you to remember.
Take a listen to this.
This man is like a jack in a box.
All right. Let's see if I could open it up for you. And listen to this. I want you to listen to this. Because some of you forget. And our duty is to remind you. All right? That is what our duty is to do. To remind some of you. So take a listen to this. Take a listen. Because some of you can remember.
And that box is that he must answer for racketeering. He must answer for wire fraud transfer. He must answer for money laundering. And those charges are not by us here. Those charges have come from...
All right, let me start it over again. Take a listen.
And I want you to remember, this man is like a jack in a box who is trying to jump out of the box. And that box is that he must answer for racketeering. He must answer for wire fraud transfer. He must answer for money laundering. And those charges are not by us here. Those charges have come from every country around the world. One thing you have to say about Mr. Warner, he does not discriminate. He took money from every continent in the world, including right here in the Caribbean, from Haiti.
So Olesi, what's going on there? Some of you, I don't know, I don't know how you all feel it. I don't know, boy. I see I sold their man on a live the other night. People still hating on the former government, you know. They seen all of this taking place and still hating on the other government and still hating on PNM. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor. Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
Pastor, I would like all the people in the room and who find working as not a good, stand up and give good class and a bell. Look at it in the mirror, clap yourself and bow. Because this is your cause. All who still want vote, all who still want to vote, and all who want to vote and this and that, and then don't complain now. The same thing. Watch yourself anymore. Clap and well done. Because we are more enough. We have a lot more. We have a lot more. And you know what? Those things are saying, because you feel, and you bring it on us. But you say, but you being petty and small minded. And you're like, people still talking about the program and the ones.
People asking where the opposition. What the opposition could do in this?
Say what?
Where the opposition? What can the opposition do in a situation with a judgment from a judge?
Nothing. But had they called on vote and stop being petty and small-minded, this will never happen. But you know, the petty and small-minded, they can only see they can actually be under the nose bridge.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good night, Pastor Google.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good night, Pastor Google. Well, listening to the comments made by contributions this week tonight, it's sure, you know, voting has consequences, you know. So I have a question to ask you, right? And to the people, the listening audience. Seeing that Charles will drop you due to a technicality, they can't find documents. Could the goalie gentleman travel abroad?
No, did you listen to the? Did you listen to the clip?
Well, I just asking questions.
No, but did you listen to the clip?
Oh, gosh, I'll barely hear it, unfortunately. Impossible. But like I said again, you know why I'm asking that? Because there are some people who are jumping and say, yeah, man, he innocent and things like that. There are some people who really not seeing me, not understand what's going on here, you know. So I just asking questions. Well, he can't travel and he's banned from FIFA, correct? He's still banned from FIFA? Hello?
What's that caller?
Is he banned from FIFA?
A caller? I don't know.
You see what I mean? And this is the problem. Right? Voting has consequences. And all the other thing now. So I want to find out if this is the case. So what will happen to things like cases like the EMBD? Would that be dropped too?
Well, let's wait and see. Because I saw where what's his name? The judge, the learned judge, Sipasad, he has concerns that the EMBD matter is taking too long to come before him. So it's not a matter of I think Justice Sipasad is on EMBD case.
Oh God.
So he and all is finding that it's taking too long to come before him. All right, let me take our next. Oh my, caller gone. All right. Take this call. Hello, good evening. All right, caller, where are you? All right, caller, you have to call me back. What's that? Leave JW alone. They need to start with. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good night, Pastor.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Pastor, I have a question to ask. You kind of allude to something just now with Senator Faris Alwari in a press conference. You remember in that press conference, I don't know if you follow it up, but he was saying, right, based on the outcome of Jack Warner's judgment, it will have consequences to other extradition cases that was there before. It will mean that they'll have to review them. It will send shockwaves. I recall that was said. That was mentioned. That was mentioned in his press conference.
Yeah.
Because even
no, you go ahead.
Right, and even I thought when in the press conference he said that he himself and the current Attorney General have to share some files, and he said if called upon the Attorney General in office now, he will have to do so. So I don't know if it was a mutual arrangement or if it was a mandatory arrangement, but I think we'll have to watch over that press conference to get an idea and a proper perspective. But if that if that judgment came out today, for the people who was extradited a couple of weeks ago, and then last year somebody else was extradited, a businessman, and some drug charges or something was extradited last year, I think around this time, it will have very, very much big implications to that. So I do not know how going forward what the judiciary is going to do. So this open like a new Pandora box coming in. And Pastor, one more note before I go. I just wanted to ask the mayor who was on the program early on, what's going to happen with the waterfront project in San Fernando?
No, that crashed. That crashed. Forget that.
All right, Pastor. Have a good night. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow.
Same to you. I just letting you know that crashed. Forget that. That dead. That dead in the water. Forget that. That is wishful thinking, sir. That don't exist anymore. That was I don't think that exists in the minds of San Fernando people anymore. Alright, caller? I don't think so. Who is this? Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Google.
Yes, sir.
I want to congratulate that last conspiracy theory caller just now. He was thinking along the right tracks. But let me give you a more simpler result that will happen with Jack Warner, since he's going to be used as a pawn. I think that most likely when Kamala comes up for the meeting, she will be rewarded, and part of that reward will be getting charges against Jack Warner dropped. Because if you remember, Seth Blatter and the Miller guy was also charged with this case, and they got their cases dismissed. So if Jack Warner had not have ran, he most likely might have beat his case, but now he made it so much worse for him. So what I think is going to happen is they're gonna make this some kind of deal where the charges against him is dropped.
You think that's what she will do?
Yeah, that is most likely what's going to happen, because she's been doing the will of the USA since she came into office. So now she's coming up to get her reward. And mark my words, I promise you, charges against Jack Warner will get dropped.
Okay, well, let's see.
Watch. Because he has to be able to travel for what is planned next.
This man is like a jack in a box who is trying to jump out of the box. And that box is that he must answer for racketeering, he must answer for wire fraud transfer, he must answer for money laundering, and those charges are not by us here. Those charges have come from every country around the world. One thing you have to say about Mr. Warner, he does not discriminate. He took money from every continent in the world, including right here in the Caribbean, from Haiti.
Man, say go drop ya.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Let us come up with some things that just stress me out, yes? Serious, you know? You hear what that man just tell me there? What could stress me more than what he just said there? Let's take this call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Caller, you need to listen to me on the phone and not on the television.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Pastor, I fed up of these people, you know. You hear how she was talking about him? This man real dotish, you know. And slimy, them kind of thing you just be talking sometimes and making sense, man. Oh gosh, slimy, that woman too slow to be talking with these people with these kind of decisions. She not coming up with them kind of thing to talk to Trump. I fed up. Listen up, Pastor.
Talk to me.
You listening to me? I can't wait to see them and hear them how they will boo her and that thing, you know.
You believe
Nobody
so?
don't want to hear about these people. But I know that today I listened to Trump Man, before he talk, if you hear bacchanal inside of there.
Serious?
People walking off. Watch now. People walking out in the place. They're ringing bell. People murmuring. Who talking? All kind of noise. They ring bell. They ring a soft bell. They just ring bell and they when people out of order. Right? They pong hammer. Silence. Have your seats. Bacchanal.
How you send that for me?
Well, you see, after they just cut it off, I just be listening to all kind of news too. I done with that. I didn't have time to go back on that. Man, they ring a heavier bell. You know them school bell. Long time when you're going to school, they're ringing a big, heavy Baptist bell. They didn't have buzzer. They used to ring bell. You hearing the bell ringing far. Man, they ring a heavier bell and they're begging people to sit down. But you know Trump, he's a man, it ain't gonna look so bad and he have real talks in his mouth and he talk and thing after. But it wasn't easy. Right? So it does have all kind of placard and thing holding up inside of there, you know. Presidents or prime ministers from countries and thing, when they ain't like you, they just hold up placard. You see them Latin American countries, they would do for she. Nobody likes her. I tell them since before election, if she win that election, Venezuela and that this government, the UNC, they wouldn't agree. I'm a word and fall. They ain't gonna mesh. They calling she all kind of name. Latin America don't want to hear from that lady. It gonna be blows, especially this topic with the war and all of that. Man, look here, I feeling it. I feel it, Lynn, that they're going to boo that lady. It done nothing out about she's a nice lady, she old, and no. She will get it good.
All right.
Okay, good night.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Caller. All right. Let's go. Oh, yeah, the metal is something now. This country ain't easy, you know.
The Professional Standards Bureau is now investigating the theft of...
Okay, let's go. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, mystery, man. Something else, man. All right. Hello, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. I want to read out the charges against Jack Warner. He is charged for racketeering, wire fraud.
But Miss B, I just played it. Miss B, Sessa just read it out.
Let me give you some detail. The allegations span from the 1990s through 2011 and involve a wide range of corrupt activities. Bribery for World Cup votes. In a 2020 indictment, U.S. authorities alleged that Jack Warner received $5 million in bribes to vote for Russia to host the 2018 World Cup. He was also accused of accepting a $10 million bribe for helping South Africa secure hosting rights for the 2010 World Cup. Embezzlement and fraud. Warner was accused of committing massive fraud against CONCACAF, the regional football governing body he led. This included misappropriating $26 million in CONCAC, I think that's CONCACAF, funds to build a training center on land he owned in Trinidad. He was also accused of embezzling funds that were intended for Haiti's earthquake relief. Ticket reselling scheme. Investigations showed that Warner's family made at least $1 million from illegally reselling tickets to the 2006 World Cup. So he's talking about he wants to get back into football, and he defrauded CONCACAF for $26 million. I don't think that's going to happen, Jack Warner.
Yeah, but you just said that Miss B Sassa will get the charges drop.
Yes, all of this is getting dropped. And Mr. Rima, Kamala might not be of her facilities, but there's people behind her that has the agenda and will have like and would tell her what to say. So trust and believe, with all those millions that Warner made, some million got passed off to get these charges dropped.
All right. I hear you.
Have a good night.
Same to you. Let me see if I get this caller here. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, have a good rest. Someone else sent me a message saying they're going in the bed. Oh gosh, we up late tonight. We working late tonight because tomorrow is a holiday. Tomorrow is a holiday, so we going late tonight. Will you mind? I hope you don't mind, you know. Will you mind, yes or no? I'm watching on the live, you know. Do you all mind, yes or no, that we go a little late? Because tomorrow is a holiday. Tomorrow is a holiday in Trinidad and Tobago. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Pastor, good night.
Good evening again.
Our viewpoint I want to put across here, right? I see over Friday last week, as we mentioned, Miss Julie John, right? She toured the hospital, the newly built Port of Spain wing that is so urgently needed right now. And she was saying, in her suggestion, even with the people that she was with, the building is not 99% completed, right? Which is a false thing to say, right? I mean, if you have an actual structure that is well covered, it's just needed to be fitted, the building is more than 99% completed. And my point is, I believe something like that from the last previous administration that went about expediting that so quickly because it was important. It was damaged by the earthquake and it was needed to be done. I just found that the party was a little lapse in bringing out a little note somewhere and just suggesting, look, that is false. What you're saying is false. Because that was something that was really, really taken on upon it was so urgently needed through strenuous financial circumstances to build. And to come and say, no, that is not 99% complete. No, that is false. And I can't believe we standing for that. As the PNM party, I can't believe we standing for that. That should have been defended since the last 5 days. That the Children's Hospital to come and say it wasn't not in use last week. 2 health facilities with a blatant lies to say it was not in use. No, that should have been defended. I just found that the PNM should have stand out immediately and debunk that. That is just my contribution. It kind of really hurt me though.
Okay. All right. Don't let it hurt you too much. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor.
Good evening.
Good evening to Trinidad and Tobago. I go in and be short and be straight. Everybody talking about Mr. Warner's situation. But you have to remember that he has young men, children, that is involved also. And they are in the USA. And they will never be freed from that case. So to get Mr. Warner position where he will be a free man, that could only happen in Trinidad. And Miss Bissessa, she has no power over that. People just speculating. One thing I know, that a group of these persons going straight to hell, and all what they're doing, they still will end up in hell. These are devil-possessed people. So have no fear. God allow her to win so that people could see what they will see. What is inside the person itself. So don't worry about that.
things started happening as it happening. But Mr. Warner and the others, they can only be freed in Trinidad and Tobago, not outside. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for your call. All right, all the calling, man. Calling and making all the dramas. Let's continue with the calls. 464-7003. Well, you cut it off, Uncle Jack. Hello, good evening.
Evening, Doc again. Why people using his statement that Mr. Jack Warner is freed? Is he free?
No.
He's free from being extradited to 3 states. That's basically it, but he's not free. All the charges, and one call I think from the US is indicating that there will be some dialogue between
some agreement between Ms. Bissessa. Yeah, some agreement between Ms. Bissessa and the states.
But unless she put him in a handbag and hand into the states, then he will be rewarded. I can't see he'll be rewarded for snubbing our extradition treaty. I can't see that. Because remember, at one point in time, with a former age, that we will deal with it here. And that is will kept back from here from going. I don't even remember that time.
Yeah.
When our judge said that we will deal with the matter here. And they never did. They never did. When we end up going to the Privy Council and you see what happened. It comes straight back to Trinidad. All right. So remember, there are certain charges that don't drop. It stays on the record. Not like Trinidad and Tobago, it stays on the record content. And I don't know. They don't lose records in the United States, like how we like to use, lose records in Trinidad. I'm not sure what is happening. So that is something we have to look at and just keep our eyes open. I hope there is no booing at the assembly, though. Bye.
All right. Hey, well, look, thing. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Google.
You need to listen to me on the phone and not on the television. You need to lower it down, please.
All right. All right. I can lower it down.
Right, you hearing me on the phone?
Yeah, I hear you.
Right, so you need to load on the television. Go ahead.
I just called it to tell you, blessed is the one that was born to lead.
Thank you very
much.
Okay,
bro?
Thank you very much, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Keep going.
Same
All right?
Yeah, man.
I do part that still, don't worry.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. Thank you very much for calling, partner. Thank you very much for calling, partner.
They call a general election. They set it.
Uncle Jack. Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google.
Uh-huh.
This is how I am with the project. All right, you know what? I'll even sweeten it. I predict that the charges against Jack Warner will be dropped before budget day. And if I'm wrong, I will send $100 US to your station or to you.
Constructive Talk.
I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Before budget day, I'm predicting that charges against Jack Warner will get dropped.
Okay. From America, so that means you'll be able to travel to America.
Huh? Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Constructive Talk could do with 100. Make it 2 now.
Nah, I'm going to go with 100.
All right.
I'm going to start with 100.
All right, sir.
But he will be able to travel to the U.S. after this.
Okay,
Trust
then.
me.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah.
Before budget day.
Before budget day. Okay. Before budget day, I want 100. You enjoying the show, Mr. Brand?
Whole evening I listen. I just laughing with you,
You get my little dust, eh?
Whole evening. But I had to. When you say you're going late, I say, you know something, I had to call. That last caller so ensure that he only have 100. I feel you only have $100 to spare, just in case he lost.
The man said Jack Warner is going to get free
I heard him.
Is before budget day.
Yeah, I heard him. But you see, people, when you forget history, you know, you see those things. Because in places like America, England, Germany, you could be 99 years old. Once they catch you, you're going before the court and you will be jailed. They don't look at age and feebleness like we do. They don't look at those things. And if it is that Jack feels so vindicated, as he said so many times, well, all Jack has to do is to prove it to us, jump on a plane, and go to the States and spend a couple of days, a couple of weeks. That's all. Jack may be free in Trinidad under a UNC government. But outside of that, he still has consequences to face. He still has the law to face in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
He still have those cold, harsh winters in a Colorado maximum security prison. So all who want to say get away, and one of the earlier callers said it right to me, you know. We have no case against Jack in Trinidad. Jack's issue is with the United States. So Jack could pull up all the local courts in Trinidad and get vindicated and get all the matters permanently stayed and all of that. It doesn't matter. The question begs, can Jack Warner now travel to the United States of America? That is the question. Until I could see that, I will say, well, okay, the gentleman winning $100, that Jack Warner is a free man internationally. But I know he is not a free man internationally. So all the old talk and all the hype beliefs and all the and everything, he is not a free man.
Yep.
And he has a matter to please. And that is the end of that until we see anything different. Because it doesn't matter.
Interesting.
So he talk all he wants to talk and say all what he wants to say. But what is going to happen with the other cases, many of them that we know about, like Prison Gate and all of these other things, will become, apparently it may become statute barred. The MBD case, I don't think that the learned judge, even though he is threatening this new board,
you saw
the
it?
case does not come before him, I don't know what else he can do.
But you saw where he's concerned.
He could be, that could be a ruse, you know, as far as I'm concerned with this particular judge, you know. This particular judge. He could say that. And he's so concerned and so on and so on and so on. But I don't believe he is, to be brutally honest and excuse the pun, frank with you. You understand? I don't believe so. But at the end of the day, you will see. You see, those are the two major cases, Pastor, that we have to keep in mind. One is this EMBD case and the Steve Ferguson $1.4 billion that continues to rise with 9% interest. Those are the two cases that we have to continue to look at. Whether or not this government is going to attempt to get that money. And Get it back from one of the financiers? Huh? The MBD case has to do with a senior minister in this government. They're going to pursue that? This new board appointed by this government? So the learned judge could say he's concerned and he wanted them to hurry up and all that sort. He knows better. He knows this is a board under this government. So what is he saying? Why didn't he call the case when the case was supposed to be called on November 6th last year? Ask yourself that question. When the Privy Council that they so love indicated that this case must come before the court by November 6th, 2024, and it never did. How come he didn't make a big thing about it? But today, now that there's a new government, you showing concern? Huh? Think about it. He should have from the time this matter did not come before him on the date as pronounced by the Privy Council, he should have raised a red flag as soon as the Christmas holidays over. Did he do that? No. Why now? Why show concern now after a government has changed?
Maybe because the word on the ground is that that MP doesn't want him to be the what you call it, Chief Justice. That is a topic that is a statement I heard.
Well, who selects the Chief Justice?
Well, they're saying that the Prime Minister could suggest, and the Prime Minister is suggesting him, and they're saying that the word on the ground and the little talk is that he doesn't want him.
But then we will see the strength of the president, because there are a lot more senior judges than him to become Chief Justice. I am not saying that he cannot. I'm not saying that. But we have to see the strength of this president. Right? If they're saying that she is the one to select, I want to see who really has the power to select the Chief Justice of Trinidad, the new Chief Justice of Trinidad and Tobago next year. Because you still have Mandonka and all of these other learned judges who are very, very senior to good old Frank. So we shall see. It's a matter of time.
Yep.
But to say you're calling on this EMBD, you have a concern about this EMBD when you did not share any concern over before the last election. You showed no concern. November 6th came and went as instructed by the Privy Council, as I said before. You didn't show any concern. How come all of a sudden you're showing concern? How come? And this is the rules that I am telling you that keeps flying all over the place. Look at what's going on right now. The DPP's office all of a sudden is so weak that they're not presenting any of their capital to prosecute the cases. These important cases are just falling by the wayside due to lack of evidence and so on. Don't you see what's going on? All of a sudden, all these cases being thrown out, and what they're being thrown out could eventually be statute barred. What could be statute barred? One by one. How come all of a sudden cases just going by the wayside? Next case, too many people dead. It's too long. Next case, witnesses dying. Next case, witnesses abroad. Next case. One by one by one by one. And look at in quick time. Guppy just was expedited to the States. The two people from Laramie just extradited to the States. According to, as you rightly said, and another caller agreed, under what's his name, the former Attorney General, Faris Alwari. How come it doesn't work now for Jack Warner? How come something missing? What missing? But I am no legal mind, so I have to go with what they say, and if that is the case, well, I have to abide by that. But what I do know, Jack Warner will spend the rest of his days
in Trinidad and Tobago.
In Trinidad. Might even get a chance to go to Tobago.
Of course, don't say that.
I said he may not.
Austin Jack Warner.
Right? So
somebody on YouTube say Warner for ambassador. We want Warner in the USA as our ambassador. That's a joke, right?
You hear what Warner talking about? Warner talking about football.
Yeah, you want to be in football.
Warner talking about why Warner would all of a sudden want to be in football. Why? And he has no standard in football internationally.
It's interesting.
Why? You want to keep busy?
But they're begging for him to be the ambassador over there now, though. I've seen a lot of people lobbying for him.
You want to be ambassador where?
No, I said I'm seeing a lot of persons lobbying for him to be ambassador in the United States. People saying yes. People are begging Miss Bisasa, please send Jack to be our ambassador.
Man says he wants no political portfolio. That's what the man said. He don't want no political. All he concerned about is football in Trinidad. He says he wants no political portfolio. And he knows why. It'll put him in the limelight. But he feels America will forget. But he wouldn't take that chance because he knows better. You had a man who spent the majority of his life outside of this country. He used to boast about the red carpet in New York. Whenever he landed in New York, there was always red carpet treatment for him. Not in Trinidad. All of a sudden he loved Trinidad. Why you don't go and look for the red carpet in America? And let's see if you will get red carpet treatment. Pastor Google.
Let me see how it go.
Good show.
Thank you very much.
As usual.
Thank you very much. Coming from you, I appreciate that. Let's go.
Over $1 million worth of marijuana from the Barataria police station.
This is what I want here. Somebody calling. Were you calling me for, Regin? You calling me for, Regin? You just calling for drama. You ain't calling for no good reason. None whatsoever. Well, leave me alone now.
Too long trouble will befall you.
That is not the song I want either. What this song is? We just calling the studio. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Oh, Pastor Google, I'm going to take him a call or what? I see my partner doing it 100 US. Brian will come and talk long. Are you doing it at 500, Pastor Google?
Brian does donate. Why you don't donate? You just donate?
I don't have right now.
How come you ain't having? Don't say that. I hear you talking about only get in.
Yeah, but Pastor Good, you're not talking about the race thing, right? Remember Jack Warner is a black man, right?
Oh gosh, I ain't going through that. No. I ain't going through that. No. Don't come here to only see you and the pastor. Only leave me alone.
Uncle Jack.
want you to remember, this man is like a jack in a box who is trying to jump out of the box. And that box is that he must answer for racketeering, he must answer for wire fraud transfer, he must answer for money laundering, and those charges are not by us here. Those charges have come from every country around the world. One thing you have to say about Mr. Warner, he does not discriminate. He took money from every continent in the world, including right here in the Caribbean, from Haiti.
Caribbean. He say wanna ask him build a school. Jack in his defense ask where the evidence. These allegations are most unfair. The school came up, but when I showed him the spot, the intent was clear. I thought they would volunteer. So how could they accuse him of bribery when he was just looking for charity? He never asked, he didn't demand it. So this bribery talk, he can't understand it. Jack prepared to swear, his conscience is clear. The man innocent, but his good name they out of 10. So who we talking about?
Well, let's see how Calypso does remind us, boy. Look how Karina, she reminding us about this man called Jack Warner, boy.
But now Trini have feedback, and before Warner could recover from more thunderbolts, he had to duck. He get a bouncer from Mr. Blazer, who first name just happened to be Chuck. Chuck raised an alarm, how Jack and Bim Hammam offer delegates about 40 grand. Hear him, the man is my friend, but this corruption must end. But Warner declare, all you ever find the time in queer. I don't want to prejudice the matter, but the timing perfect for say blatter. They summoned him promptly up to Zurich. Just imagine FIFA know about ethics. Against him they gang, but his jack they cannot hang. So people stay tuned, he say a tsunami coming soon. So who we talking about? Let me hear your shout. They put him in exile, so he start to release real files. Well, Trini, when they hear the scandal, the accusations they just dismiss. They say this whole thing smelling political, cooked up by Blazer and the Swiss. And England moving mean, cause they didn't get 2018. So that bribery talk, it's sour grapes. Chuck Blazer, of course, want to be CONCACAF boss. So Jack and corrupt, it set him up. So to the airport they went to meet him. With garlands and flowers, yes, they greet him. He tell them, no, he not resigning. In the battlefield is where you'll find him. With tassa and drum, he get a hero's welcome. This man is the best, he deserve a S on his chest. Black time must be stopped. Then just so flip-flop. But it's not he who say yesterday was yesterday. Just before the vote, FIFA boss he throat.
Ole here now. I want to say this before anything. I want to sit here and say thank you to all of you. You see, all of you who are on the live, all of you who will be watching over the live, I want to publicly say thank you to all of you. I would have called our video station earlier on today, and I would have told the announcer that this song brought some tears to my eyes today, because I really appreciate all of you. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
All man strive to be happy.
And before I leave this evening, I really want to play this song and say thank you to all of you for your love, your support, your encouragement. Even the ones who would send nasty messages. Hey, everybody, make up the numbers that would show me that whatever I do, the very fact that you come on says that you appreciate. And I appreciate you. So thank you all very much for being with me this evening. Thank you all for sharing the time. I hope you all enjoyed the interview with the Mayor of San Fernando, Mr. Robert Paris, my counselor. Also, we had our discussion about Jack Warner. I wanted to play the Homeland Security clip, but we'll deal with that another day. Thank you again, Trinidad and Tobago. And remember, on Thursday, the People's National Movement have their consultation that will be happening at number 1 Chrissy Trace, Sugarwanas, where they'll be taking how you feel about standing ground laws. It starts at 5 p.m. Join them, People's National Movement, this Thursday at Chrissy Trace, number 1 Chrissy Trace Enterprise in Sugarwanas.
Every man ought to give generously.
If you enjoyed the show tonight, put some thumbs up and make sure and press that thumbs up button on the YouTube and on the Facebook. Let me see you put some thumbs up.
Relentless search for luxury, in search of peace and happiness. The human mind wouldn't rest. A constant nag within we soul, demanding respect from the world. We get the urge in different form, but luxury is the norm. Money is very essential, but can't buy peace of mind at all. We still like dogs without a bone, if we have the money alone. Because appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because importance, if we are drive to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. The feeling has no barrier.
Someone is asking, what is the name of the song? The name of the song is Appreciation by Mr. Johnny King.
Once you are alive, you win the game.
I'm playing this song for you guys, man. You guys on the live.
Some wealthy men turn to suicide. Can't find food to feed their pride. The aged and crippled in the ring, fight to feel like a king. Children become delinquents for lack of love from their parents. That's why appreciation is most important to man. Appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important, if we are drive to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously.
Somebody's asking if I'll be on tomorrow. That depends on you guys. Yeah, that depends on the followers. If you think I should be on tomorrow. And I'm not gonna force anybody to have to come on tomorrow. But if you suggest to me if I should be on tomorrow, then put it in the chat. All right, send me a message on Facebook, send me a message on WhatsApp, 4647003. Yes, have one tomorrow. I'm seeing somebody saying that. MH37, have one tomorrow. So you all have to indicate.
A pat on the back is the best move for relations to improve. Appreciate.
And I think someone is saying try an earlier time tomorrow. I think that's a good suggestion.
For happiness all the time. Because important, if we are drive to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously.
So to those of you who are on the live, the 600 of you on the live, just put a time. Let's suggest a time. Facebook and YouTube, suggest a time.
Our deepest craving is common. All we need is attention to put us in the happy zone, regardless of what we own. Life is lonely without it. Each one should give a little bit. Do what you want your neighbors do, then life on earth will be true. Take a tip from the scripture. Appreciate one another. Share your love and make the mold for total peace in the world. Appreciation plays on the human.
You know, I'm feeling the 6 o'clock and I'm feeling the 5. I'm feeling the 6 and the 5.
We are trying to live. Everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously.
I seen it on Facebook. Somebody say 5, somebody say 7.
Appreciation. Everyone needs some. Because important.
Somebody say 5 p.m. is good.
Everyone's on the hunt. Appreciation. Everyone needs some. Because important.
You know, there's a saying, one Johnny King is not good enough. Sometimes it's good to play 2. Who remember this one from Johnny King? Who remember this one? Who know the name of this song by Johnny King? Let me see you type the name. Type the name. Type the name.
A week but I'm holding on in order to stay around in a life therapy imbalance. For it is nature's way until judgment day. Weakness ain't got a chance. Playing strong cause I realize to keep the big one in paradise. This torment.
Somebody's asking me, when is your dad going to be on, Pastor? I'll try and get him on tomorrow.
Is nature's plan.
Somebody writing the name of the song, Nature's Plan, 1984, Nature's Plan.
The strong man is the devil's head.
You know what I'll try to do? I will see if I could go and do the program by my father. So what I'll do, I'll carry my equipment down by dad, and I'll call him in the morning, carry the equipment down by him, and see if we could set up and start the program by about 5 o'clock by dad. What do you think about that?
As long as you have the cash and all your strings attached, you are on earth but living in heaven. There's nothing for the poor or as evermore. Life in a lion's den. Hungry man shall aspire to keep the high man on top, to take him higher and higher. The poor one must struggle till he drop. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble
Alright, so look out for a notification.
understand. This day of the strong man.
Look out for a notification on Facebook if I will be doing the program with my dad. On YouTube, also look out for a notification if I'll be doing the program with my dad. So what I'll do, I'll call him early in the morning, and I will suggest it to dad. And hear what he says.
Down in South Africa, white men with gun power have the natives under subjection.
So I think I'll do it in his office, in his law office.
Live in poverty, all because they ain't strong. Black man life is a trophy. Nature make him a slave. South Africa is a nightmare for colored from cradle to the grave. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek
Must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's play day.
so they will bite the ground when the master play.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
The joy and the strength of my life. He moves all pain, misery and strife. He promised to keep me and never to leave.